All right, let's talk about design patterns. Today we're diving into one of the most practical and, sometimes one of the most confusing structural patterns out there, the adapter. If you've ever felt like you're forcing a square peg into a round hole while trying to get two software components to talk to each other, well, this is for you. And we're going to start by tackling a really common mix-up. First things first, if you get these four patterns confused, don't worry, you are so not alone. Seriously, it's a classic stumbling block for pretty much every developer. These four get thrown into the same bucket all the time, and figuring out what makes each one special can be kind of tricky.
Yep, four of them. Four patterns that seem so similar on the surface, it's easy to get lost in the details. I mean, I've had to look them up more than once myself just to keep them straight. But today, we're going to cut through that confusion, starting with a quick look at the whole group.
So, before we put the adapter under the microscope, let's just quickly map out the whole territory. Think of it as a high-level flyover, so we can see exactly where the adapter fits in and what makes it different from its neighbors.
Okay, here's the 30,000-foot view. You got the adapter. Its whole job is making incompatible things work together. Then there's the facade, which is like a simple, clean front door to a really complicated system. The proxy, that's your security guard, controlling who gets to talk to an object. And finally, the decorator, which lets you add new bells and whistles to an object without changing its core. See? Different jobs for different situations.
Okay, so we've seen the family portrait, we've given a nod to the facade, the proxy, and the decorator. But now it's time to zoom in. We're going to put our main subject right in the spotlight and really get to know it.
And here we are, the star of today's explainer, the adapter pattern. You can think of it as the ultimate translator, the diplomat for your code. Its whole purpose in life is to build a bridge where one didn't exist before.
So what's the big problem here? Why do we even need this thing? Well, it all boils down to one simple word: compatibility. You've got two perfectly good pieces of software, maybe a shiny new library and your trusted old system, but they just don't speak the same language. Their interfaces just don't line up.
And this is the elegant solution. The official definition says it all. The adapter's primary goal is to make two incompatible interfaces compatible. It's just like a travel adapter for your laptop. The European wall socket works great, your American plug works great, they just weren't made for each other. The adapter is that simple little piece that connects them. In code, maybe a new analytics library has a method called track event, but your existing code is set up to call log activity. The adapter would just wrap that new library, present a log activity method to your system, and on the inside, it simply turns around and calls track event. It's a perfect little translator.
Now, if the term adapter isn't quite clicking for you, there's another name for this pattern that I think makes everything fall into place. It's a name that perfectly describes what it's actually doing.
It's also known as a wrapper, and honestly, that's a fantastic way to think about it. The pattern works by literally wrapping one of the objects inside a new object, the adapter itself, which then shows the outside world the interface it expects to see.
This quote from our source just hits the nail on the head. It says, the adapter, what it does is it wraps something so you can adapt to a specific interface. It perfectly connects the action, the wrapping, with the goal, the adapting. You wrap the object to change how it looks on the outside, its interface, without ever touching the object itself.
All right, we've gone through a lot, so let's distill this down. If you're going to walk away remembering just a few key things, what should they be?
Okay, number one, its main goal is to make things that don't fit together fit. It's that simple. 2, it acts like a translator, taking requests in one language and passing them on in another. And 3, if you forget everything else, just remember its alias, the wrapper. It wraps one thing to make it look like something else to the rest of your system.
And that brings us to the end. I want to leave you with a question to take back to your own work. Where are the friction points in your projects? What incompatible systems or clunky third-party libraries could a simple, clean adapter pattern help you connect? It is such a powerful tool to have in your toolbox.